Hey everyone, welcome back to Input, man. And you know what? This particular episode of Input Goes Live is a huge shout out to Ultra Marcus, because that man hit me up on Instagram and said, Input, it's been a while since you've been live. What are you doing? You need to go live. And I was like, well, I'm just playing with some Rocket League with some buddies and hanging out and chilling and doing all this stuff. And then I looked at my channel and said, holy hell, it's been like almost a week and a half since I've uploaded anything. I guess I'll go live. So huge shout out to Ultra Marcus. If you guys want to hit him up and say thank you for making Input go live, then hit up Ultra Marcus and say thank you for making Input go live. As always, the news in this episode is going to be brought to you by tformers.com. If you want a little bit of bacon with your Transformers, that's the place to get it. Head on over there and check out tformers.com. And if you live in the UK, which all of us do, then, which I know we don't, but, all of us do. And mentally, in our hearts, we all live in the UK. Head on over to Robot Recruits and see what Robot Recruits can do for you for all your giant robot needs. That's right, robots, because that's the plural of robots, not robots. People have been lying to you. It's robot. So let me get caught up on chat real quick. Benno, what's going on, man? I saw you here. You were, man, 10 minutes early. Awesome, dude. What's going on? Hope you're doing okay. All hail Megatron. Yeah. All hail Megatron's here. What's up, buddy, man? And Ultra Marcus himself, the guy that you guys should be thanking for asking me to go live, is right there in the chat. And he said, I needed some company to animate. Well, you know what, man? Good luck on the animation. You are killing it, man. Absolutely killing it. Stellar stuff as always. Let's see. Bill says, no, mentally in my heart, I live in Switzerland. There you go. What's up, Chauncey? What's going on, man? Hope everything is going good with all you guys out there. Yeah, man. I try to stretch these intros to about 5 minutes, but I've gotten it down to the point to where I do the Tformers and the Robot Recruit stuff and just really quickly. So then I end up feeling like I have to stretch out everything for the next 2 minutes, right? So I don't know. That's I guess what I'm doing. Hey, you know what? Ultra Marcus is animating, so I know what he's animating, and I'm looking really, really forward to it. I'm not going to say anything here. I'm not going to spoil anything here. Just know that me and Ultra Marcus talk stop motion quite a bit, and we exchange ideas and we run ideas past each other, and just all kinds of goofy animation quirks and how did you accomplish this, and we exchange ideas and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to it. I know you guys are gonna love it. I mean, you guys are always looking forward to his stop motion like I am, but I know you guys are gonna get a real big kick out of it. And yeah, I guess that's enough with Ultra Marcus. That's enough. Let's see. All hail Megatron wants to do the big spoil. Actually, you know what? You guys, if you don't know, if you haven't checked it out, All Hail Megatron does some amazing work as well. And you guys just go over there and check out All Hail Megatron's stop motion, man. It just type in whatever current Transformers toy line there is out there, from Siege, Earthrise, Kingdom, all that stuff, and go check it out. He even did the IDW Cliff Jumper Spotlight into an animated form. Amazing stuff out there. There are some wonderful stop motion animators out there. Phenomenal animators. Benno wants to know, will you talk about Yellow Jacket a bit? Yeah, what do you want to know about Yellow Jacket? So I've done the two, oh God, what is it? Preludes, right? Or prologues. The two prologues and the two trailers. And episode 1 started finally filming episode 1 as of right now. Episode 1 took a while to kind of get into the works and stuff. That's why I did the trailers and the prologues and stuff like that. But episode 1 is finally in the making. I'm going maybe 6, maybe 7 episodes. It started off as 10, And then I started kind of crossing things out and moving things, because Yellow Jacket is going to be, it's like an extension of my Transformers world, if that makes sense, right? So there were ideas in the original episodes and the original scripts for those episodes that I thought that maybe I could flush out a little bit better, make them their own thing, maybe make them they're like maybe a 15 or 20-minute little side, type of like quote unquote movie kind of thing. So I cut down the 10 episodes to about 6 to 7, and it's going to focus strictly on the Yellow Jacket story. Because somewhere along the lines, like I said, it got kind of convoluted a little bit, with everything that was going on. And like I said, so I cut it down, I trimmed the fat, so to speak. And that's what I did. So if you guys want to know, if you guys have any specific questions on the Yellow Jacket, which you guys haven't seen, it's over on my second channel, my stop motion channel. That's in-put 2.0. And I'll type it out right now for you guys in the chat, so you guys can check that out. And I'm typing right now. There it is. That's my second channel name. You pop that into the YouTube search bar and it'll pop up. There's also Deep Cover, which Yellow Jacket is a sequel or continuation of Deep Cover, in the sense that it's the same world and it does pick up a couple of months later down the road, after the fallout, after everything of Deep Cover. Let's see. Even Ultra Marcus says, yeah, talk about the Yellow Jacket prologue. Like I say, if you guys want to know, whatever you guys want to know, ask me. All Hell Megatron says, the set pieces you've been doing for Yellow Jacket's videos have been looking great. I highly recommend you continue with those. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's honestly one of the reasons why this has taken so long to do, is because the set pieces that I've been making, I've been using like a lot of cardboard and foam and just all kinds of stuff to make different set pieces. The prologue is a set piece that I've had for a while now. It's actually a Shockwave's lab that I used to have in display when I lived in an apartment years ago. I used to have Masterpiece Shockwave on, Masterpiece Megatron on. They were just kind of like, Megatron's like dictating the Shockwave, whatever, to do his thing. That's why some of the stuff is, like the door is massive compared to the Chug figures, because that set was originally made for Masterpiece figures and stuff like that. But like I said, that's one of the reasons, because I've been making the sets as well. And I'm trying to continue. If you guys know or remember, Deep Cover had the black, like the black inside of the buildings were just blacked out. I'm trying to continue that in some places as well, to kind of keep that feeling of barrenness for the world, like the loss of hope, the lack of hope, that kind of thing that Deep Cover had. So I'm trying to continue that in the Yellow Jacket as well, but also use, set pieces. Let's see. Benno says, because I wanted to know if Pharma is a bit like Wings Universe G-Axis, because he reminds me of him with his new creation. Kind of. I pulled from, so Pharma is an IDW character, IDW 1.0 character. He was Ratchet's rival in IDW and former mentor, and so. But what I've done here is I kind of injected a little bit of G-Axis into him as well. So you're right, Benno. There's a little bit of G-Axis in there as well. Very good call. Very good catch, man. But yeah, so I pulled him because I wanted, I like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I like grabbing the characters that aren't really well known and using those for stories. So, Rodimus Prime is there, but, and the characters that I do use, I kind of tweak a little bit. Like I said, like I keep pointing back to, like, Huffer's the leader of the Wreckers, right? Like, when is Huffer ever more than a crybaby, right? Like, he's never really been that tough. But in my series, he's the leader of the Wreckers, right? So I enjoy changing things up and using less known characters. So that's why I went with Pharma as the villain here. And Pharma is actually KFC's Perceptor. They did a white version, a red version, and a black version. And obviously, it's the white version of that figure. which is actually a recolor of the black version. The black version was a slightly different tooling and stuff than the red Perceptor. But anyway, but I painted his head red, much like Pharma in the IDW comics. And so to kind of give him that Pharma-esque look with the red head. So yeah, man, that's Pharma in a nutshell. He's a combination of Pharma, IDW 1.0, and Giaxus. Very good call, Benno. Or very good catch. And Ultra Marcus said, I had a lot of fun playing Pharma. I don't know anything about him, but you asked for evil British, and that's what I gave you. Absolutely, man. Ultra Marcus is crushing it as Pharma. He really, really is. And Ultra Marcus, man, he always gives me, I give him his lines, and he gives me like 5 or 6 takes. And if not most of the time, man, the alternate takes. Because they're better, right? Because I don't know British slang or British terminology, whatever. Like I know the boot is the trunk, you know what I mean? Like I know that much, but there's like little different like language switches and stuff. And like he told me, like I told him the line is pet peeve, and he told me that in British it's called pet hate, right? So so he goes, so if I tell him I want evil British, you know, he comes back with like, I guess like a translated version of the script that has the proper British terms over the proper American English terms. So he absolutely kills it, man. Action figure expert, what's up, man? He says, hello, hello, Mr. Input. How are you doing today? I'm great, buddy. I hope you're doing just as good as I am today. Also, Marcus says, you don't use the unusual characters, you invent your own. Well, I appreciate that, Ultra Marcus. I try to always, you know, catch people on the back foot with some of these characters, you know. Let's see. All Hail Megatron says, for those of us who aren't familiar with IDW, might just be me, but seeing characters like Pharma adds kind of a level of mystery at like what this guy is doing. Okay. That's cool, man. That's kind of, if I'm being honest, it's kind of what I was going for, because, like when you see Megatron, everybody knows Megatron's the bad guy, right? So you know at the end of the day, you kind of, he's the bad guy. So what's the bad guy's gonna do? Bad guy's gonna do bad guy stuff, right? But you also know he's a brute. He's a tank. I don't mean like his alt form, his alt mode. I mean like he's a tank, right? Like he's a bruiser. So you kind of know where that's going as well. Let's see. Benno says, so a Perceptor figure killed the other Perceptor figure. Yes, that's one of the things for Yellow Jacket's prologue. That's kind of like the irony that I wanted to put in there, because the figure's head originally is white. If you guys go back and check the first trailer's thumbnail, you can see the look of the figure originally as a white head and stuff. And then the second trailer, he's got the red head after I painted it. But yeah, so that's kind of like the irony that I wanted to kind of inject into that. So it's kind of, I mean, I guess you can dig deeper and kind of say like it's third party killing Hasbro, I guess, if you really wanted to take it that direction. But yeah, it's definitely, that's, like I said, that's I guess like the joke, for lack of a better term, is Perceptor kind of killed himself, or made it, you know what, not even killed himself, like he made himself better in a sense, like in his mind, in some sick, twisted way, I guess. Chicken Fried Steak, man, he pops in and makes everybody hungry. What's up, man? I hope you're doing all right. Let's see. He says, inputs and the rest of the taco truck chat crew. Man, that's what's up, dude. Making us hungry all the time, dude. So now, guys, if you guys have any questions about Yellow Jacket, feel free to keep asking. I will answer any questions that you guys have about the series as the live stream goes on. But yeah, that's really all it is. Like, don't, just because I change subjects, don't be afraid to ask your questions about it. I know some of you guys might have more questions or whatever, right? So What do you guys want to talk about now? Let's, I guess, Tales from Teletraan, the future of the Tales from Teletraan podcast. So, I know it's been a while since we've done an episode, and I keep telling you guys in these live streams that we're working on things behind the scenes, and we're doing this, and we're doing that, and blah, blah, blah. And we are. That's the truth behind it. So I feel like I owe you guys an explanation about it and what's been going on. And I've always, I tried to be honest with you guys as best as I can be. Honest. That sounded terrible. I've always tried to be honest with you guys, right? So the show. So we took our first hiatus, and that's mainly because of me. Because after 2 years, I just really wasn't feeling the show anymore. My heart wasn't in it. And then I'm talking like back in December, right? So when we first took the first hiatus, I just kind of felt like my heart wasn't in it anymore, because for 2 years, I felt like I was always constantly trying to turn water into wine, right? And so after 2 years of attempting to do that and stuff, and it's just like, okay, my heart wasn't in it. And then we came back, and I was revitalized, I was rejuvenated, and all that stuff. And then YouTube kept killing the streams, right? So I was like, well, shit, I don't know, So that kind of killed my enthusiasm on the show and stuff as well. But I was talking to Danny, and Danny kind of talked me off of the ledge from canceling the show altogether, right? So she talked me off of that cliff. And because I told her, I was like, look, man, why don't you just put it on your channel and you can do it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she completely disagreed with that. And so she talked me off the ledge. And so here's the good news. That's all the bad stuff, whatever, out of the way, right? But what I am here to say, so now the show will keep going. The show will continue, but what we're going to do is we're going to start with Headmasters all over again. And instead of doing video, we're going to do still pictures and stuff from the episode, kind of what catches our eye. We're going to take like a screen grab or a photo or whatever the case may be, and kind of put it up and talk about it. And then the show will just be me and Danny after that. If we do the episode review, just me and Danny kind of shooting the shit, right? And yeah, so that's where we're at as of right now. I mean, I kind of feel like let's do it, like I feel like I'm ready to kind of keep doing the show more so. But as of right now, we're just kind of waiting for things in our lives to kind of settle down a little bit. But so the show will probably end up being maybe an hour long now in like the newer format and stuff like that. I'm expecting sometime soon for the show to come back and restart up and do all that stuff. I know you guys I've been hit up on Instagram and Discord asking where the show has been. So I know you guys have been waiting patiently, and that's why I feel like I kind of owe this explanation to you guys. So yeah, that's what's happening with Tales. We'll still do Tales from Teletraan Presents whenever we get a guest on. And then the regular Tales episodes will be the episode reviews for the, for the anime, for the cartoons and stuff like that. So we're definitely going to continue doing that. But essentially, Tales will be split, right? So we'll have Tales from Teletraan, the Headmaster episodes, and then the Victory and all that stuff. But then we're also going to have another one, Tales from Teletraan Presents. So that way, if we have a guest on, we can kind of promote that guest more so than I feel like we had in the past, if that all makes sense. So let's see. Let me get caught up in chat. I know you guys, I see Benno asked a question. He said, any other bots from the Machine War? I see what he's asking. He's asking, will any other bots appear from Machine Wars? As it stands right now, Megaplex is the only one from Machine Wars that will appear. That's mainly because I don't have a lot of a modern day Machine Wars collection. So like a lot of the TFCC BotCon Machine War figures, I don't have a lot of those. And the only other one that I do have is that Machine War Starscream. So that's all I've got. So as of right now, but I will say this: if Starscream does make an appearance in the series, he hasn't been written in or anything. This isn't a hint or anything. I'm just saying, if at any point in the future he will be his Machine Wars iteration, he won't be like a traditional Starscream. He'll have a different voice and all that stuff, just to kind of give you guys an idea of, if you guys haven't seen Deep Cover or guys don't know what I'm talking about or what they're talking about in chat about Yellow Jacket, to kind of give you guys that. I've also invented a whole new character. If you guys watch the first prologue, Perceptor says he had, you know, when Pharma comes in and he says, Knick-Knack, you're just in time. Knick-Knack is an actual character that I've created. So you guys will get to see him in the future of Yellow Jacket. So whole new character I've created for Transformers. So I hope that's a bit of a bombshell. I don't know. Pipe bomb. I don't know. But yeah, so but he is a new character. So Knick-Knack will be in the series. He's not going to be just like a throwaway name for some random character that you guys never see. He will be in there. Let's see. Ultra Marcus says we'll be right here and ready to go when TFT starts back. I appreciate that, man. I do. Let's see. Action Figure Expert says, "Hey, Mr. Input, be honest, you don't like subtitles." I'm the guy who watches the dub anime, so there's dubbed over sub, and now the internet just canceled me. That's it. That's done. I'm the guy who thinks Naruto is better in English than Japanese. Okay, now I've officially been canceled. Can you believe it? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I just made that joke. All right, so anyway, let's talk about Transformers news. Let's see. I'm going to head over to tformers.com. And once again, if you guys have any questions, feel free, because I don't mind going back and doing all that stuff and talking basically whatever you guys want to talk about. I know there's a bit of a delay, so me jumping forward, you know, you guys might have a question or something. So feel free to ask. Please feel free to ask, because my channel has always been an open forum of discussion, right? So let's see. Let's open up tformers.com right here, and let's get some of this stuff addressed and out of the way. First up on tformers.com, I know I've said it a lot. We're going to take a look at the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover Bumblebee figure. Look, man, I'm just going to be brutally honest here. I think this thing looks terrible. Okay. And I've seen it in, you know, in the comments of Transformers Official on Instagram, and who else showed this? Hasbro Post, I think, showed this on Instagram as well. And I've seen the comments too. This should have been Beachcomber because of the alt mode. I totally agree. This should have been Beachcomber, especially since they did the Echo Striker in the 90s. This could have been a throwback to that instead of the original All Striker. But I feel like if this was Bumblebee, since it is Bumblebee, what they should have done is do a complete what is it? The Last Night reference here, and paint the yellow just that military green, give him the military green head, and just making an homage to that instead of having this yellow with the army green. It's too much. It's bad looking to me. But like I've always said, man, if you guys like it, you win. And that's what it is. You know, like not everyone's gonna like every toy, every action figure, every car, every whatever, you know, out there. But yeah, this definitely should have been somebody else besides Bumblebee, especially since it's in that color scheme. And I've seen a lot of people say it should have been Hound. I disagree with that. Just because it's this military green doesn't mean it should be Hound. You know, this could have been almost anybody. And I'm not that big of a fan of the Megatron they're doing either. And the other thing is, I'm gonna scroll down. So this is what bothers me the most about a lot of these figures, or these the Megatron and the Bumblebee here, is this right here. Okay, so my girlfriend pointed out, she asked the question the other night when they showed this, why are they Baby Bjorn to the back of the Transformer? And I asked the same question. I don't get it, and I thought it was a valid question. I think it looks terrible. I really do. I think it makes it kind of look like the character can't defend themselves. And there is some, there is some good play value here with that. But also kind of feel like maybe they should be able to, like in the case of the Megatron, in case of this, that whole piece should be able to come off, and they give you a stand so you can make like this standing turret for the Joe to kind of stand in or stand behind or whatever the case is. Yeah. Let's see. JSP said it should have been Brawn or Hound. I don't know, man. I think since it is a dune buggy, I think, if I'm being honest, I feel like the only choice here, there's two choices here for this, is that it should have been Beachcomber, or it shouldn't have been the All Striker at all. And Bumblebee shouldn't have been in this line whatsoever. Just based on, I don't really think there's a G.I. Joe alt mode that would fit Bumblebee. But I don't know. It just, man. Let's see. All Hail Megatron said, they paraded this figure like it was the second coming. Their opinion of what is good is no longer valid. JSP says, not just about the color, but also about the fact that it's with Stalker. Okay. See, my thing with G.I. Joe is in the 90s G.I. Joe stuff where it's bright colored and color changing and like the Eco Warriors and stuff. That's my era of G.I. Joe, right? So like the early 80s stuff, I really don't know who Stalker is or anything like that. I don't know his character history or nothing like that. But I'm solely going off of the color scheme. And here's the other thing too is, guys, Hasbro, if you guys want this to be Bumblebee, okay, fine. Paint the whole thing yellow. The Megatron, paint his tank gray. They're allowed to be their colors in that alt mode, right? Because of those characters. And the other thing is like, I know people will say, but they're supposed to be robots in disguise. But even that, I feel like kind of falls flat, because Wheeljack was a one-of-a-kind race car driving down the streets of New York. You know what I mean? So it kind of falls flat on its face, right? In that regard. So JSP says, Stalker was one of the original Joes from the early 80s relaunch. Okay. So yeah, that's my opinion on this Bumblebee. Man, if you like it, if you like it, you win. I will say that it looks good in the All Striker mode. What's the retail on this? I think it's like $80, right? I feel like that brings up a whole nother issue as well, with the pricing on these crossovers, is that Hasbro owns both of these properties, right? So why is this priced at the same price point as, a crossover that they have to pay the rights to get, like say Gigawatt or what's the Ectotron, right? I just don't feel like the Megatron shouldn't have been the 90, and this one shouldn't be. I think it's 70. I think. Let me scroll. I'm sure the price is up here. I saw it. I just don't remember what it was. No, it doesn't say. At least not there. Yeah, retail $68.99. Yeah, I can't. They own this. This could have easily been $50. So yeah, I don't know. The pricing on this thing, man. Let's see. JSP says, I keep forgetting you're a millennial while I'm a Gen Xer. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. I'm an early millennial though. There's some crossover there. So yeah, let's skip back and let's talk about. We'll go into the next bit of news, brought to you by tformers.com. We're gonna take a look at. So Takara Tomy debuted the MPG 03 train bot. Oh God, Yukuze. And I like it, man. I really do. I think that I haven't seen anything. I know people are bashing on this one, or not this figure, but this version of Raiden and stuff, with the Moon Studio one and all that stuff. Look, I've got the Moon Studio figures so far, the 5 that they made. Phenomenal figures. Their Raiden is going to be massive. Mine holds together just fine so far. All 5 figures, they hold together. The other arm isn't out yet. But I think this looks incredible too. I think I'm not going to sit here and say you guys should spend like $1,200 on both sets total or anything like that. Definitely pick the one that you like the best. But I really don't think there's a bad option out there. Now, in pricing on these things, it is really expensive. I think it's like $170, right there. After conversion rate, I think that's about $170. It's retailing for 19,800 yen. So yeah, like I said, I think it's about $170 for this guy. We don't know how big these figures are as of yet, does it say up here? Package size. So no, we don't know how big these are as of yet. But yeah, I think they look really good. I know the rumor is right now that their combiner is supposed to be chug scale. So it's supposed to be in line with like Minosaur, Bruticus, Superion from like Combiner Wars and stuff. I don't know if that's true because there's 6 of them. I would imagine this would be the size of, say, Combiner Wars Devi, maybe even Titan Class Predaking, something like that. So that's my guess. And if that ends up being the case, that scales really, really well with MMC Bruticus. So maybe that's something for you guys to look into if you feel like the Moon Studio ones are too big. Let's see. Action Figure Expert says their bathroom be a box set of the Train Bot. Dude, there better be a box set for the Train Bots. That would be sick. I'm not gonna lie. That would be classic Takara though. That'd be great. Let's see. Let me scroll back. We got Fans Toys Hannibal, which has been out for a while. Transformers 86 RC in-hand images. So we've got... Now this thing, I am very conflicted on this thing. First of all, it's a G1 RC yet again. I love the Earthrise figure. I do. I don't think that's a bad figure at all. I know there's a lynch mob out there for me for saying that, but I really don't think that mold is bad in the slightest. But I think that this RC presents a bigger problem, or I should say this RC, Hasbro played their hand more so than they should have with this RC because they said it's a retool, and it's an obvious retool of the Thrilling 30 RC. That, to me, says a lot because even in the video, the review video, release video, whatever you want to call it of this, the lead designer said that Hasbro wouldn't give them the funding to make a new RC, so they went to Takara to see if they could help out with redesigning the Thrilling 30. If the fan outcry is so bad for them to do a new RC figure, then that should be enough for Hasbro to fund this 100% instead of making it a retool of the Thrilling 30. And I'm harping on that because it's a 10-year-old figure almost, with Thrilling 30, say 8 years, right? So they're retooling a figure from 8 years ago to give one in the 86 series. If you don't have the funding, hold off on making the figure for, like, say, another year or two till the funding is freed up to make this, right? Because then it almost becomes a rush job in order to get the retooling and do all this stuff, instead of kind of sitting back and making this figure properly, because figures take roughly 2 years to produce at the slowest 2 years. And so it's hard to believe that they did the Earthrise figure and then they already knew that they were going to do an 86 RC with a quote unquote new mold, right? That's very hard to believe. So, and maybe the original intention for this was to be a repackaged Earthrise, maybe a slight recolor of Earthrise RC or something like that. But like I said, I'm not too fond of this figure because it is a retool of an 8-year-old figure. There's nothing new here. And I feel like that's kind of been one of Hasbro's issues these last couple of years, is that they're not really doing anything new or different or innovative or anything else. And they should be, because it's Hasbro. These are their characters. It's their licenses. It's their licensing, you know? And so there should be something different and innovative from them. They shouldn't be copying what they did for the last 40 years and kind of cherry picking and then copying from third party. And they should be the leaders. They should be the innovators of this stuff, is what I'm trying to say. So, but again, with all of that said, I've said before, I'm going to pass on this RC because I do have the Earthrise one, and I don't feel like this is worth the $25 that you're going to end up paying after tax and stuff for a retool of an 8-year-old figure. It's just, like I said, I just don't think it's worth it. But if you guys think it is, then 100% pick it up. I'm not here to stop you guys from buying this, right? Like, this is just my opinion. If you guys absolutely love it, grab it, you know? And if you guys want to tell me I'm wrong in the comment section or in the chat or whatever, that's what the channel's for, right? So to have an open discussion and discourse about all of this stuff. But yeah, now I will say what I do think is really cool about the figure is the ab crunch, that they did give her an ab crunch. And see, we got the Thrilling 30 right here, or the Takara Legends versus the 86. And I like this figure a lot better. I like her proportions more so than this one. And I don't mean the backpack. I mean like the figure itself without the backpack. I like her proportions more than this RC. And then we have the Earthrise figure right here, and the 86 version. Like I said, I like this figure a lot more because it does have the removable backpack. So I do kind of feel like this photo should have been taken as well with the backpack taken off as well. Kind of show both options, right, that you guys can get with this figure. Let's see. We got the was that Cyberverse, the yellow RC. This figure yellows really bad, really quickly with the 86 one. And then we have all four of them lined up together. And yeah, not a bad shot at all. So all four of them, I mean, wow. Dude, look at this backpack on this RC. That's so crazy. But yeah, man, like I said, if you guys like it, man, grab it. Absolutely. Just like I said, it's just not for me. We got different alt modes and whatnot. Right there. So this is the Thrilling 30, and this is the 86 RC right there. I do think the alt mode looks a lot better here because if you guys remember, this is just her thigh and leg area, just kind of hanging out. And then we've got the Earthrise and the 86 alt mode here. I do think the 86 Earth mode looks, or vehicle mode, I do think that looks better than the Earthrise one as well. We got, what is this? All three of them are right there, comparisons. I think the pink looks a little red, a little too red now. I'm looking at it too, but who knows? Yeah, so we got a full shot. Like I said, man, if you guys are into this, grab it. But like I said, I am going to end up skipping this. Let me see. Let me scroll down and check to see what you guys said is in chat. Get caught up in chat. Let's see. Action Figure Expert says, look at it like this. There are people collecting now that were not collecting 8 years ago, so a lot of those people might not have this mold. That's very fair. That's very, very true. That's very true. I don't disagree with that. And yeah, and this is a new, be a new experience for them as well. So, let's see. Let's scroll back and let's see. Bumblebee Rise of the Beast helmet, and I know they showed the Optimus Primal helmet. It looks like these things will retail. I saw earlier for $35.99, and yeah, transforming face mask. I don't know. At $35, Definitely something I will skip just because of the price. But again, if you like it, grab it. If you feel comfortable with that, let me put it that way. We've got the train bot in combined mode. We get a look at the head outside of the silhouette for the first time. Man, this thing looks good. This head sculpt looks really, really good. Just damn, it looks good. And it's very part former-ish. You just place the head on top of the body, like so, in the body cavity. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Let's see. So we've got the Transformer Optimus Primal, Rise of the Beast, Battle Mask, instructions. Okay. I thought the picture of the Battle Mask would be in there. Transformers Legacy. We've got in pictures of their Minosaur, in-hand pictures. What's an in picture? What is that? An in-hand picture of their Minosaur. I'm just going to scroll past this real quick because I kind of feel like the transformation should be a secret. You know, that's why I don't do transformations in my videos or anything, because these are a puzzle, right? They're meant to be solved. And so here we go. The battle station mode looks glorious. Very awesome callback. I think I've talked about this before during my live stream for the Hasbro Transformers Tuesday thing. Very, very good looking Motormaster here. I know the rumor is that he's going to be retooled into Thunder Clash. If that happens, sign me up, man, 100%. Right here next to Blitzwing. Looks really good next to his other Stunticon brethren that's out so far. And yeah, man, I think this Minosaur... And here we have the Combiner Wars peg. I know they said, like, in the live stream, they said that... Or Hasbro said that it works with Combiner Wars, but it kind of doesn't. But here it looks like it works clear as day. So I don't know, unless maybe like this section right here is a little too shallow for the Combiner Wars peg to fit properly. I don't know, but it does look like it fits it would fit perfectly, right? So I'm a huge Stunticon fan, so this is definitely a must for me. But damn, this looks good. It looks really, really, really nice. And I don't know if you guys saw the pictures, but we almost got a completely different take on this guy with some of the stuff that they were showing, like early concepts and whatnot of this. Let me see. Let's see. Read more Transformers. Oh, that's reviews. Not reviews. Where's the news? There we go. More news. So we've got Velocitron Blur, which is a retool of the 86 mold. Man, dude, this looks so good. The head sculpt, the arms, the everything. I've seen some people kind of giving it flack for the alt mode. But man, this IDW Blur, like the head sculpt just looks so good. I think they crushed that head sculpt. I'm thinking maybe they should have retooled the chest a little bit, but maybe they couldn't have because of the way the figure transforms or something, man. I don't know. But I kind of wished it had the more of a square or rectangle style chest instead of like a trapezoid. But that's my personal nitpick or gripe or whatever you want to call it, right? But man, I love the alt mode. I think the alt mode looks really cool. Yeah, I dig this. I really dig this Blur. Let me go back and get caught up with what you guys are saying in chat. Let's see. Ultra Marcus says that's a good point. Just wish they'd re-release Triptychon for the same reason. Benno says he agrees and says we need a new Triptychon. Now, I would love for them to re-release that dude as Gigastorm. Come on, man. Give me a Legacy Gigastorm or was it Hasbro Pulse Gigastorm, whatever. Come on now. But yeah, so this Velocitron Blur looks really cool. I'm really curious as to what else is going to be in this Velocitron 500 set that Walmart's getting. Really stoked for this. Let's see. We got the Super 7 Starscream. Where'd it go? Is that... Clicked on that. Is that... Okay. So, I guess... No, it says it up here. Legacy Wave 4. Okay, so it looks like maybe their pictures have been... They uploaded the wrong pictures. But we'll just say it right here. So we've got from Super 7 a regular Starscream, a Dead Prime, and a Soundwave for Wave 4. the Ultimates figures. I kind of feel like Super 7 is hit or miss with some of these figures. Not because they're bad or anything. It's just they started off with, was it Bonsaitron, Action Master, Bombshell, stuff like that, and then now they're kind of falling into like that G1 everyday kind of trap, right? So let's see, Toy Hacks. They released their Toy Hacks label set for their G2 Laser Prime. I'm all over this. I've ordered mine. Mine's coming. When it's here, it's here. I don't know when it's be here because, you know, Toy Hacks. But I'm super stoked about that, man. Let's see what else we've got. Just kind of scrolling through real quick. And let's see. Oh, here we go. Design concept for drag strip. So this harkens back to the Minosaur I was talking about. So this is the satellite dish that comes with that Shockwave, the little Legends class G1 Shockwave. That's in this this drawing here for drag strip. I don't know, man. I think that's an interesting turn of events right there, right? Maybe it's supposed to be his accessory originally, and they just plugged it on the Shockwave. Who knows? I'm sure that's the case, right? So we get all the exploded part views and basically how this interacts, and you know, permanent attached, removable, detachable. And this was done December 3rd, 2020. Kind of give you guys an idea about how long this has been in the making, idea-wise. And I kind of feel like that's why I feel like this is like them trying to make up for the Combiner Wars Minosaur, kind of like an apology type of thing. Because it is the same scale as Combiner Wars. It's the same height as, say, your Superion, your Bruticus, or whatever. So I'm based on that, I'm really curious to see if we keep getting combiners after this Minosaur, or how long it'll take. Now, you see the arm was originally supposed to be the thighs, and the inside would work kind of like a piston. I think that's a really cool idea because it does close the gap in the arms that a lot of people have problems with, and it looks like there would be a ratchet joint here to be able to hold it up instead of being so reliant on, say, like a ball joint or a friction joint, kind of how Combiner Wars were. And I would only imagine that for this to really be pulled off and be able, this little section to be used as knees, the part of the piece that's on the inside, you guys can see right here, it would have to rotate. So the whole thigh piece would be able to turn at 45-degree angles or 45-degree increments. So you guys can have a knee joint as well if you decided to not have him in Minosaur mode. I think this is a super, super cool idea. And I wish this is the route that they went instead of what we got. Not because I'm not saying what we got is bad, right? Like idea-wise, it's worked for third party and stuff like that. So I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm really curious as to how well this would have been executed. You know, it's more of a curiosity type of situation, but I think this looks really, really cool. It's a really good idea. So if any third party company out there, you know, wants to kind of take from that idea, I think it's a really, really good idea. And here we go. He's got the Motormaster arm piece and how all of this would work. So it looks like the wrist would have been ratcheted, so we would have had turning wrist. And this is all the stack and how it all stacks together. And right here, the cars pop apart and everything. Man, yeah, I think. And then we got all of the 3D CAD render designs, different links for the velocity stacks here for the engines and everything. So different faces as well. As you can see, they were thinking about doing a smirk based on the debut episode of the Stunticons here, and they decided to nix that because I don't think this translated well into CAD. You can see how they kind of hand drew over it right there, but I don't think in CAD it translated very well. So they went ahead and they stuck with a non-smirk for drag strip. So let me get caught up in chat real quick. What's up, Kato? What's going on, man? Let's see. Action Figure Expert says, Cosmos and Clampdown and Burnout and Words Pig in addition to Blur, I suppose to be the deluxes in the Walmart series. For the Velocitron series is what he's talking about. Let's see. Let's go back and Matrix Studio upgrade kit. for Ironhide. Looks like this is a movie Ironhide upgrade kit. Yeah, Studio Series Ironhide. Maybe it's a back piece. I'm assuming it's a back piece, and places to plug his weapons into. So if you guys want an upgrade kit for that, Matrix Workshop has got you covered. Let's see. Let's scroll back real quick. Let's keep going. See what we got. Oh, here we go. Moon Studios Raiden-chan. Full combined mode. Let's scroll down and just see what it looks like in full combined mode. There's got to be a... There we go. There we go. So these two pictures. This looks so impressive. Just size and height wise, this looks really impressive. This looks so incredible. I am super, super excited to finish mine. Like I said, I've got 5 out of the 6. I'm waiting for the 6th one. Even the back looks really cool. I love the wings on the back, how they're designed, proportioned, and all that stuff. It just looks really, really cool, man. Really cool. Head looks really cool. And honestly, my thing, I don't know if you guys have this, I guess, like, quote-unquote, issue, maybe. I don't know. It's not really an issue. But when I love a figure so much, I can't wait to see what third-party does for upgrade kits for it. And that's how I feel about this one. Like, I'm super stoked about this. I can't wait to see if like, say, DNA or whoever does something for it to kind of upgrade it, to see what, kind of see what they can add to it, right? So I don't know. But yeah, this looks incredible, man. I can't wait for that. Let's see what else we got. We got scrolling through, man. Let's see. We've got DNA Design. Looks like they're starting to ship their upgrade kit for their Legacy Galvatron, and we've got a review for it right here from Inutabi, who's been on the channel and Tales from Teletraan a couple times. As you guys can see, it does make him a little taller, which I think is great. Absolutely great. I think the villain should always be bigger than the hero. There are exceptions to that rule, however. I think, but for the most part, I think the villain should always be bigger than the hero because it feels like the hero is overcoming a legitimate threat, right? Kind of think of like Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, right? Everybody in the world had Andre pegged to be the champion because of his size difference. And, like a David and Goliath kind of situation, right? Like the big body slam, the leg drop, and all that stuff, right? Kind of, and the villain's bigger, it kind of takes the audience on more of a thrill ride. And like I said, there are exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, 90% of the time, the villain should always be bigger than the hero. Let's see, scroll down, and there's this battle mask right here I was talking about. So this Optimus Primal transforming battle mask. I feel like this would be really uncomfortable to sit on your face. Like the way the feet are designed here and stuff, just be really awkward sitting on your face with this elastic strap. Probably end up smacking your chin and hurting you, and it'd be really uncomfortable. Interesting concept for this and the Bumblebee, man. But like I said, I saw somewhere it was $35. I think it was on Discord. I saw somebody say it was $35. But yeah, like I said, this looks like it would suck to wear, man, especially for long periods of time. Let's see. Oh, we got leaked leader holiday. So we got some leaked. What is this? Transformers Generation Holiday Optimus Prime. Okay, I'm down for that. And a Studio Series LDR Cyclops. I'm assuming a Shockwave. That'd be my guess. Rise of the Beast. So there you go. Scalper Buster. As of June 4th, if this is still available, I know it's like a week late. But Scalper Buster, $50 off plus free shipping on Blitzwing from your Amazon, from Amazon in general. So yeah, there you go. Go pre-order Blitzwing if you guys wanting that new Blitzwing figure. And I guess this will probably be the last little bit, but we've got Fans Hobby MB23 Dreadwing or Buster. And man, I gotta say, dude, Fans Hobby is killing it with these Master Force figures. Just absolutely gorgeous. I honestly thought the Headmasters Jr. Juniors would be like a one and done kind of thing. I know they had Overlord and Jinrai, and they've done, Nucleon Quest Prime. They've done, Fire Guts Jinrai. They've done Jinrai himself, all that stuff. And I just kind of thought these would kind of trickle out slowly. I never thought they would just go, straight for it and just do what they've been doing for the Master Force stuff. This looks incredible. I cannot wait to see it painted at all. I think this looks really good. We're also getting a double dealer from them. So there's quite a bit of stuff here. Does look like it transforms like a Zeta aerial bot. So that's pretty cool. I don't mind that transformation. I'm talking about the bigger Zeta, not the legend scale Zeta. But yeah, dude, this Buster looks freaking sick, dude. I'm so excited for this. It looks really, really good. Jet mode looks really good. It's a jet. It's a jet that turns into a robot. So, it's going to be kind of awkward on the bottom. But yeah, man, this also comes with Buster right there. Dude, this looks really good. I'm really stoked about this. And here we go. We got Overlord's jet. If you guys don't know, Double Evil is a massive figure. This thing is going to be pretty well up there as well. So here we go. We've got the inner bot for Jinrai right there compared to Buster. And there's Double Dealer right there. I've seen some people say they wish Double Dealer was bigger or taller. I could go either way. It's a Double Dealer, so I'm pretty good with that. And he is slightly bigger. I mean, he is taller. He does look wider than the Jinrai as well. So I think he fits in pretty well. But yeah, that Buster looks really sick. Let me get caught up on chat. See what you guys are talking about. Ultramarket says, that Inutile guy is a stand-up guy. I agree. Let's see. Chicken fried steak, uncomfortable AF. Let's see. Benno says, Cyclops is the name for the Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal. Okay. Thanks for that. The clarification on that. Yeah, man. Let's see what else we can dig in through the news. First of all, we got tformers.com top 10 Transformers news for May 2022 over on Kato's channel. So if you guys want to check out what their thoughts were on what was newsworthy, the main newsworthiness of May 2022, head over to Kato's channel and check that out. What I really like, I will say this, to plug Kato's channel, almost said channel Kato, a little bit here real quick. I do like the way, like, it's him and Bacon talking, and just kind of giving their thoughts about it, right? So I think it's a really cool format that he has for like the monthly thing. So yeah, there you go. tformers.com, top 10 news for May 2020 over on Kato's channel. And let's hit the next button and let's see what exactly DNA Designs. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm glad I came to this page, the secondary page. So we're going to get to that Masterpiece Jetfire here in a second. DNA Design upgrade kit for, what is this? I think it's Sludge, right? Yeah, we got the googly eyes for Sludge. So this is definitely Sludge. Comes with flame effects for your other Dinobots as well. If you guys have the other Studio Series Dinobots. I think this looks really good, man. This is how Sludge will be posed from now on. The googly eyes on the head and Devastator's foot on top of him. It's just, it's a must, it just is what it is. It has to be. Has to be a thing. Improved loose joints as well. I will say, so what this is, it's essentially just a piece of rubber that goes inside of the ratchet part itself, because that ratchet part's hollow. The reason why they make that hollow is so the ratchet has a little bit of give going upward, so you're not shearing that ratchet off, right? Now, these pieces usually come in twos, so I will say that if you guys get this upgrade kit and you guys do use the rubber pieces that go into the ratchets, start with one and see how it feels, because like I said, you don't want it to be too tight because that little notch on the ratchet will shear itself off. Just be forewarned. But yeah, man, other than that, Sludge looks amazing. The upgrade kit, oh man, I can't wait for the rest of it. Let's go, man. So let's see. We got Jetfire here. And Lego Transformers Optimus Prime LED upgrade kit. We got an upgrade kit for this thing already. Look at that thing, man. Wow. Whoo, boy. That looks incredible. All the LEDs and trucks and stuff. Okay. MP57 Jetfire will retail for 38,500 yen, which is 270 USD. Well, I was $300 might be after shipping and tax and stuff, right? Let's just say $300 to get this guy. I mean, good God. This thing looks incredible, man. I don't know how these plug on. I'm assuming there might be clips or it might be magnets, the different insignia pieces and stuff. Who knows? We do get a G1 toy Robotech style face and armor and everything. This, I mean, honestly, dude, they killed this. This looks so good, and it's so massive. It's just, man, $300 is a tough pill to swallow. We do get a new stand. It is done in metallic red, so a new flight stand for him. I'm not sure how exactly it transforms, but you do get the Gerwalk mode here, and you do get the little baby Transformers. Hasbro, Takara, whoever might be listening to the channel on a whim, they just type in Transformers, blah, 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 whatever on YouTube. If my channel, if this video comes up, please make these figures, these tiny figures individually and throw them together in, like, say, a 3, a 5, a 10-pack, something. Because my Fort Max would love to have these things. It's so cool, man. And the fact that they're articulated as well. You guys can get some really crazy cool battle poses out of this. I think these are super, super cool. So here we go. We got a size comparison for him. So here's the thing. So Optimus Prime here is $450 after tax. And I don't want to use that price. I'd rather use the Japanese price. I think it was like $400 after tax. And it had, you know, the 450 was US markup from like BBTS and everything. So this is 270. So if you guys got Nemesis Prime, he retail for 250. The MP49 Nemesis Prime. This guy is 300. I don't know. I feel like it's fair because at 250 by himself and then 300 for this guy. I don't know, man. I'm not doing the pricing or anything like that, but I know Takara's prices are really, really high. But this kind of feels like, I don't want to say it's fair because it is $300, but it doesn't feel like they're gouging us on this Jetfire is what I'm trying to say. Especially with everything that you get here. Alternate faces. The 3 alternate faces, you do get 3 different insignia panels. You get an Autobot one, a Decepticon one, and just a plain white one. You guys can see the Autobot one here on him. You do get a stand. Now this looks more Autobot orange now instead of red. Maybe it's the lighting. So I'm gonna say it's Autobot red or Autobot orange or metallic red. I don't know. And then you guys get the 3 figures, and the 3 figures are on scale with each other. That's incredible. So you get a Jazz, a Wheeljack, and an Optimus Prime. That's super cool. The gun, the stand holder, the blast effects. And the one thing that I thought was super cool was you guys can recreate him swooping down and picking people up with his arms. That's just really cool. The engineering on this feels like it's going to be amazing. Because if you look here, I don't see the arms anywhere. I don't know how the arms work, you know? And then here they are. You know what I mean? So I think the engineering is done really, really well. I don't know if it's done well enough to where the figure doesn't break or anything, but I'm saying like the tricks and stuff that they use to pull this off, I think is really cool. So we got more scale, and then you got the stand is more kind of used as like a med bay. That's pretty cool. And then there you go. He's switching side to the Autobots. Man, I don't know. I think this is a really cool figure at $300. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it off. But yeah, the release date is 2023. I'm sure it's up at the very, very tippy top. So let's scroll back up and see if there's a release date. January 2023. There you go. If you guys want it, start saving your ducats up. Let's get back up to chat and get caught up in chat real quick. Oh, that's true. I should have used that. I'm going to steal that right now. It's Kato. Let's see. Ultramarcus says, do you think Hasbro will give us the Dinobots in toy colors one day? I sure hope so. I don't know. I doubt it. I know they're kind of focused on like the 86 stuff, so maybe they might recolor them in like say a legacy line later down the road and give us some toy accurate colors. I don't know. Maybe. Action figure expert quoting Sludge. Sludge not see these Decepticons before. What's up, DFS, man? Hope you've been all right. Hope you've been good. And Sludge is Ultramarcus' favorite Dinobot. And DFS says, dang, he looks better than the third-party predecessors. I agree, man. I agree. These Takara Tomy one Jetfire is just... I feel like the Jetfire here is one of Takara's hold my beer moments. You know, they did this with MP36. They did it with MP44, where you see all these companies kind of trying to do a masterpiece, Megatron, and Takara just finally said, hold my beer. And they released MP36. You know what I mean? So I feel like this Jetfire is one of those moments as well. Let's see. Sinfully hopes for a Shattered Glass repaint MP57. Dude, that would be sick. That would be super sick. But yeah, all right, guys. I mean, went over a little bit of an hour here. If you guys have any questions, anything before I close up shop, feel free to leave it in a live chat. I'm going to babble for another 2, maybe 3 minutes while if you guys have any questions, give you guys some time to type them up. But I'm going to keep going over. So we've got Shockwave's Lab, fill parts for Legacy Skywarp SL-139. He's got his null ray / machine guns, the filler kits all over the place. I kind of feel like it's something this scale, you don't need a filler kit. I kind of feel like Hasbro should have filled in those gaps already. I don't know. But I do love this mold. I do have the Starscream of it. I love the engineer. I think it's like 20 or 23 steps, something like that, in a Hasbro Legend scale figure to transform. It's insane. But I will say, probably should have come with the Norways instead of that little sword piece that they had. Also, the Power Day sales from Hasbro Pulse is now over. I hope you guys got whatever it is that you wanted. Insane pricing on this. 40% off your order of $100 or $75 or more, or something like that. It's crazy. People got Black Zarak for $100. Got the Arc for $100. Insane stuff, man. Insane stuff. But yeah, it looks like I'm caught up now from last week or week and a half whenever I did one of these. Let's see. What is the fastest animal on the planet? And I would guess the Maltese Falcon. It would be a falcon. Because he can fly faster than a cheetah. So let's see. But yeah, that's it. I don't know what else. So guys, if you guys haven't yet, I'm going to type, I know it probably should be in the link down below in the description, but I'm going to give you guys my stop motion channel. And so there you go. If you guys want to check out Deep Cover and watch the prelude or prologues for Yellow Jacket, Yellow Jacket is going to be a ride, man. I promise you. It's going to be a hell of a ride. It's already started off pretty brutal and pretty, I don't know, different, I guess. I don't know. But it started off pretty shocking, I guess. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, check out all the stop motion and stuff. All my stop motion stuff will be over there. And honestly, guys, thanks for being patient as far as when it comes to TFT and Tales from Teletraan and stuff. Trying to get the show, trying to make it better, and to the point to where YouTube won't do anything and shut it down. But yeah, thank you guys for being patient. I really look forward to bringing it back, and you guys will be the first to know, right? So, yeah, as always, be kind to each other. I'll see you guys next live stream video, custom showcase. I forgot what I was calling them there for a second, but but yeah, man, take care of yourselves and each other. And I don't know what should be the quote, the knowledge quote of the day. Let's see. I think I said it last time, and I think I'll go with it this time. Find enjoyment in something that you dislike.